Oyak was among the first private pension plans in Turkey and is now the largest by assets. So who are its primary clients?
The primary clients of Oyak are mainly the officers of the Turkish army. Okay? If you have a rank, then you automatically become a member of Oyak. And who else are members of Oyak are the civilians working in the military system, let's say, Ministry of Defense, for example. It's optional. If they want to join the fund, pension fund, they can. People working in Oyak companies where we have a controlling position, then if they want to join, this is optional, they can become a member of Oyak. We have about 260,000 members by end of 2010. And for the 6,000 are retired officers. They decided to stay in the system. So we have about 211,000, let's say, or 210,000 active duty members, 46,000+ retired members.
So in total you have around 260,000 members.
Yes, we do.
How do you handle the relationship with them?
Oyak works in different ways. Like, for example, we work like a retail bank, like any other retail bank. We have an online system where you can access your account, okay? Do all kinds of inquiries that you want to do, okay? You cannot, of course, take money out or deposit money like in a retail bank, but you can access all the information in your account through internet. Or you can call us. There's a call center that you can call anytime. And there's also an IVR system, interactive voice response system, where you can call and ask questions and so on. Or if you can walk into an Oyak office, into the Oyak office, and ask directly face to face whatever questions you may have. We work like a retail bank. There's a huge operation behind the whole system. And we handle, mainly the customers are now reaching us or accessing us through internet. So internet has become a big media and for this kind of relationship. And so it's getting better and better and faster every other year.
So what would you say is the business focus for Oyak?
The business focus for Oyak is, of course, to provide the highest return to our members. Okay, because we're a pension fund. We're investing their accumulation in different fields, okay, mainly in the financial sector or in private equity. In the financial sector, what I mean is the money markets, the capital markets, and so on. So we try to invest in financial instruments and try to earn a good interest income. We also invest in private equity, in other words, companies, and we try to earn a good dividend at the end of the year. We put these two together and give it as a return to our members. Therefore, our focus is getting the highest return from our investments.
Of course, in these times, profitability is tougher than ever. What's Oyak's approach?
Oyak's approach has always been profitability, nothing else. We're not interested in big market shares. Profits, yes, we're always interested in profits because our main job is to give a higher return to our members, hopefully every other year. So we're trying to beat the previous year usually and hopefully above the inflation rate. The inflation rate in Turkey is very minimal these days compared to previous years, of course. But inflation was a big issue. Therefore, getting a return above inflation was a challenge for all companies, and we're very happy that we always gave a good return to our members, and always we have been above the inflation rate.
So how important is clear corporate governance and maintaining your very strong credit rating?
If you look at our, what we call the common values, transparency, accountability, and which these were established about a decade ago, okay? And at that time, corporate governance issues or globally, were not very, very well known, okay? So Oyak probably was a pioneer in that sense in Turkey. And we printed our annual reports, although we're not obliged to. The corporate governance structure, who controls whom, who is reporting to what, and who can do what, how is the risk distributed among different levels of management. These are all defined in the law that Oyak was established with in 1961, 50 years ago.
Oyak has come a long way since it was established
Yes, it
50
has.
years ago.
Yes, it has.
What do you think other financial institutions might be able to learn from your experience?
First of all, we have a good track record in terms of profitability. Okay, we have a good track record in terms of which industries to invest on or when to get out of that industry and so on. I think this is where other institutions can learn from. We have a good track record in giving good returns to our members. And the way we earn these returns was the result of the investment strategy, okay, of Oyak. And so if you look at the investment strategies of Oyak, this could be a good lesson to learn from. And the main components of this is running your investments in diverse, let's say, industries. In industries where you see a lot of expansion possibilities, and also in complementary industries. And most important of all, we always invest in a controlling stock position. In other words, we control the companies that we invest in. We do not just invest for the sake of investment, okay? We manage those companies, not day to day, of course. We're at the board level, always a manager, a chairman, or a board of director. A director at the board. We try to maximize the returns we get from the companies, and the dividends, in other words, and we try to maximize the return we get from our financial investments, that's the interest income. And we put it together, as I said earlier, and give it as a return. Therefore, this combination and how we run this combination, I think is something that the other groups, companies, or whatever, funds maybe, look at and learn from.
Caner Oner, thank you very much.
I thank you very much, Howard. Thanks.